Welcome back to the DFS Sweatshop. I am your host, the DFS Jerusalem, and you can follow me, of course, on Twitter at DFS Jerusalem. Today, we are going to be discussing a ton of information here in terms of what we can look forward to. We've got 15 games jumping off tomorrow night. I started the day before. That's why. Because this is where we go off of pitching, and as you know, man, the Sweatshop, the Sweatshop on YouTube is not just fantasy. Like, we talk about a lot of shit. Okay, I have opened myself up to you all, and we talk a lot about life, my life, your life, whatever it is that's going on with us. So I'm gonna tell you how my All-Star break was. Okay, it fucking sucked. I hated it. I was itching, scratching, dying to play some MLB. I figured out that I'm not as an addicted gambler like I thought I was, because I just didn't play. I didn't love WNBA, so I didn't play it. Although we did have a ton of guys have success in the shop when it came to WNBA. A bunch of y'all got it in. I just didn't play. I threw a golf line in that I think is doing okay at this point. Currently I'm winning $8 on a what was this, a $3, $4 buy-in, I think. And I just got one line in. I got Gay, okay, Johnson, Kisner, McGirt, Schneiderjans, Summerhays, a couple guys in there. Yo, it was calling me though. It was I got no CFL lines, man. Without MLB, man, I just was not feeling it, bro. I was just not feeling it. I just wasn't, and I learned that I'm not the degenerate gambler that I thought I was, man. So y'all can like snatch my gambler card from me, and another thing is my hat. Okay, the last time I wore this hat, I got some flack for it. Okay, not because it's a Yankees hat, which for any other, or just for the simple fact it's a Yankees hat, it should be totally wearable, because we are, of course, the best sporting franchise in American history, New York Yankees, that is. But people talk shit to me because it was pink. This is not pink. This is hot salmon. It's a different color. It's not pink. This is a hot salmon Yankees hat. Okay? And as a matter of fact, the reason why I got this Yankees hat was because I had a pair of infrared sixes, and the only color I could get to match the little infrared joint on the Jordans, on the sixes, was this hot salmon Yankees hat. So it's not pink. Okay? It's hot salmon. Hot salmon. Thank you. So, had a really good MLB All-Star week. I watched it, and you say something. I'm gonna tell you what pulled me through. Okay, not being able to really get in there and play some DFS, man. That's what I did for my All-Star break. I watched some Odell Beckham Jr. highlights. Yo, if you're having a bad day, if you're not feeling well, okay, if the wife left, the dog ran away, watch you some Odell Beckham Jr. highlights, bro. Watch some Odell. Oh my goodness, this is some of the greatest shit I've ever seen in my life, and we saw it happen. Dude is nuts. Check that out. Watch some of that stuff. So, big news around the DFS industry. The homie David Purdom, ESPN staff writer, reports that the planned merger between DraftKings and FanDuel is off. Okay? So that's something we don't have to worry about. We don't have to worry about the DraftKings and FanDuel merging and then, like, not caring at all about us. This kind of makes them sort of compete on some level. And this also gives smaller sites an opportunity to kind of, develop themselves, which is good, because, competition is what really makes any industry good. You know what I mean? The companies fighting for the customer is what makes any industry good. You know what I'm saying? So finally, we do have some closure to this. They're not going to be merging. They are going to be run as two different corporations. Hopefully that stays that way, because we know what happened. Yo, if these companies would have merged, you know what happened, baby. They said that there was going to be, the reason why we're merging is so that we can stop spending money on advertising, but spend money on making the consumer more engaged, and we can spend money on making the actual tools and the stuff better. Yeah, right. That's coke and strippers. That's code word for coke and strippers. Okay, you know what I'm saying? They want now they can't get all the coke and strippers. They gotta leave a couple for us, because we come to get some of that shark money. You know what I'm saying? So there will be no merger for DraftKings and FanDuel. That is good for us, better for some of the larger sites as well. And just to take a quick look at what we saw, All Rise, the judge, had been crowned home run derby champ. We saw that. This is even cool with the futures game. That was cool. That was a good one there. I like that one. Jenny Finch, Smokestack. Saw some Jamie Foxx there. It's pretty good. It was good. Pitbull was in there. Yo, Justin Bohr was smashing jacks all over the place. Very nice. And you know what? You can't ignore what DFS is doing for sports in general. We've got cats watching esports. Like, we're really watching it, bro. We're paying attention. We care. We put two and two together that, damn, all these home runs, the golf guys coming over to MLB guys talking about launch angles and the way that they hit for distance and accuracy and power. And then we see this, the balls are juiced and the balls are flying out of the yard. Like, we see how it's all connected, bro. Like, we see this, right? And one of the things that we teach in the sweatshop is the simple fact that, you know, what I do when you come in the sweatshop and you get with me and you rock with me, what I do, what I try to do is I try to strip you of, you know, relying on the sport to make your plays. Like, I don't want you to rely on the sport. I want you to first understand this is the G word. But that's what we're doing. We are doing the G word, and I can't use it because it's a gross, disgusting word that nobody wants to use, but that's what it is. It is the G word, okay? That's what we're doing. And in MLB specifically, we are betting that we know who the top 3 or 4 scoring teams on the night will be. We are betting that we know who the top 2 or 3 pitchers of the night will be. That's what we're doing. It's the G word, right? And what I try to do is get you all to approach it from a G word standpoint, right? Because what I want you to know is the guys that go out and they max into these tournaments and play all these different plays, those people do not tell you the truth about what they're doing. They don't. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Why would I tell you who I'm playing if I have 10K invested? I'll tell you who I'm playing because I got $40 on the line, $50 on the line. If I lose my $50, I don't care. If me and you sitting side by side in the tournament, if we split the $1,000, I don't get that. Hell yeah. But the Sharks can't take that. You know what I'm saying? They can't. So that's why your board and judge ownership is going to be the end. That's most definitely. So, and if you want to hit up the show, man, you want to chime in, you got something you want to say, I think you can hit me up. Right now, we're rocking live. We're on YouTube as well as in the Facebook VIP. Shout out to the Facebook VIP, all the homies that's holding me down. Yo, if you want to hit us up and chop it up live on the show, if you got a Google Hangouts, hit me up in the Hangouts, dfssweatshop@gmail.com. That's how we can get it done. Okay, so just hit me up and we can chop it up. I believe we can hear you. Everything will be fine. All right, so let's go ahead, man, and jump into the 15-game slate. Of course, you know I'm going to be rocking from RotoQL. Very solid site. I actually talked to the homie Justin Park a couple days ago, man. Just letting them know, hey, man, I like your stuff. I use it a lot. I don't give away your projections because that would be wrong. I like to default them to the season averages. That's something that we can go find out on our own. And we use them because we love the template here. And if you're the one that want to take it a step further and you want to use the RotoQL optimization features and things of that nature, go ahead, man, get into it. It's like $29 a month. Not bad at all. I use it personally. It's one of the only things that I actually use. So I don't have a problem endorsing it in that respect. But tonight, we are going to be talking about pitching, baby. Pitching, baby. Yo, yeah, I don't know how anybody told you to fade anybody from Houston. Like, come on, man. Come on, bro. They're the hottest team in baseball right now. They're killing it. And they're going to come out of the break still doing it, too. Smashing. So, here's where we want to get a hold of some pitching now. The beauty of this is we've got a ton of games, okay? I mean, from 7:05 to 8:15. We don't have that weird 9:40 slate. You know how most days you have that, when it's a lot of games, you get that weird little 9:40 slate, and that means like there's like 5 games, like it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games that you don't know, what the exact lineup is going to be. Well, that's not here, okay? That's not here. The latest game on the early is 8:15. So these are the only games you really have to worry about. The Cleveland, Oakland, Tampa Bay, Angels, and the San Francisco and the San Diego Padres game. Those are the only 3 games they have to worry about. The rest of them, right around the time lineups lock, bro, we should have full lineups for all of these other games. all the 12 games. So that's pretty good. That is going to work to our advantage, most certainly. Okay, now you know the template that I roll with, and this is something that I do uncover inside the line drive. If you are not a member of the sweatshop, be sure to get inside the line drive at 5. Go to the website www.dfssweatshop.com, and my template is this. I'm in the $12, the $5, the $3, and the $1. Okay, my $12 buy-in is my top rank stack. My $5 buy-in, my second rank. My $3 buy-in, my third rank. My $4 buy-in is my $1 stack, right? And then I have 6 other hedge stacks. So I'm rolling out 10 lineups. I got my top 4 stacks. I've got the other 6 hedges. In that, I've got 4 pitchers I'm rolling with. I'm not playing any more than 4 pitchers. And I've also got 2 games that are game stacks that I work inside those other hedges if I do like the offenses and I hate the pitchers. Okay? Yeah, I'm rolling out 4 single entries off the top. The 12, the 5, the 3, and the 1. Some cats in here play the 40, the 100, the 200. Like, some cats get it in. But I'm just telling you what my bankroll is. I usually play about $61 a night. I roll out 10 in the 20 max, and I've got 4 in the 12, 5, 3, and the 1. That's how I rock. Chris, great. That's exactly how that's how I do it, B. And it's been working for me. So let's go ahead and jump into it, man. And we're going to be dealing with pitching in this spot. Now, as you remember, Jose Quintana just got traded from the White Sox to the Cubs. So look out for that. That could be a pretty good move going down the stretch for the second half as far as the Cubs are concerned. So we've got Mike Montgomery at damn, this is my bad. That's the wrong one. You go to DraftKings. I'm about to say $41. That was because this has Yahoo as well. This has FanDuel, DraftKings, and Yahoo. So ACP, what's up, big homie? Good to see you, fam. All right, so we got Mike Montgomery, the lefty, pitches against the Orioles in Camden Yards. 7.8 is going to be the price on him. I think Mike Montgomery got blown up the last time. Yes, negative 5.5, and it should have been worse than that. Milwaukee kind of tattooed his ass, but he did get I think he got enough strikeouts to where he stopped the bleeding, and the damage wasn't that horrible, I think. So lefty, 7.8, going to Camden Yards in a game that has a possibility to delay or rain out. It is the first game on the slate, so we are going to know what's happening. I can't play Mike Montgomery in this spot. We look at what they do, the Baltimore Orioles, in terms of K rate. They have been pretty decent lately. This is a team that was once steadily in the top 5 in K rate, down over the last 14 days, down to 21.3%. Still, the ISO is very low, 142 and a 285 WOBA. But still, man, this is a team that does hit lefties a lot better than righties, man. These cats can be some righty mashers, actually. And I would much rather take my chance playing some of those Baltimore bats at what I think will be fairly low ownership on a 15-game slate. And remember, individual ownership does not matter. That's not what we're talking about. There's a train coming through. I live on the wrong side of the tracks. My apologies. We don't worry about individual ownership. On a 15-game slate, our concern is stack ownership. Stack ownership. And the way you can tell how owned your stack is, let's say you go out and you roster in a tournament, right? You roster the top 5 here from you roster the top 5 from the Baltimore order. And if you see that in your tournament, damn, Manny Machado is like 6% owned in this tournament. Well, there's a pretty good chance the most owned that stack could be is 6%. He's the most popular player, the guy that if you're going to be stacking him, you're going to have him in there. If the ownership is low on him, you can tell that whatever his ownership is, that's the max of what it's going to be. So I definitely think that some of the Baltimore bats here are in play for me against Mike Montgomery, a guy that can get shelled. We've already seen that. Kevin Guzman at 6.9, not a guy that I love, particularly 7.35 last time against the Tampa Bay Rays. Remember, we were on that. Just don't love him against the Chicago Cubs in this spot. I think the Cubs could come out and hit very well against Guzman. So don't have any interest in either of these pitchers. The next game we're going to move on to is the St. Louis Cardinals and the Pittsburgh Pirates. You got Mike Leake and Garrett Cole. As you know, Garrett Cole is in play for me. I like Garrett Cole. The one thing we must be concerned about is how well the St. Louis Cardinals hit on the road. This is a team, Seth Runick, what's up, big homie? This is a team, the St. Louis Cardinals, that can go out on the road and mash. Most specifically, guys like Tommy Pham, Matt Carpenter, Jed Jerko, these guys hit much better on the road than they do at home. So not a big fan of Mike Leake at 6.4 against Pittsburgh, but I think that he can be playable in this spot because he's so very cheap. Okay, now we take a look at Mike Leake in his last few starts. 0.25, 23, 6.7, 18.5. Hella up, hella down. Not a guy that I think I have to take the chance on and roll the dice on in this spot. The Pirates, I believe the Pirates Park is fairly favorable to pitchers. I believe. I believe it. Yes, this is PNC Park is 86 in park factor. That means for every 100 runs around the league, you're gonna get 93 here, and for every 100 home runs hit in parks around the league, you're gonna get 86. Okay, so I think that for all intents and purposes, you could see Garrett Cole being a very, very highly owned cat on the slate, and the way to attack that chalk at 8.5 would be to play some of the Cardinals guys. I can dig that, but I'm going to keep on searching. I'm going to keep on digging. ACP says he likes St. Louis because they're sneaky, and I can dig that because Garrett Cole is going to be one of the more chalkier pitchers on the slate. Following Matt Carpenter, lefties in that field, yeah, definitely. Rashko, what's up, the big homie? And remember, this game does have a possibility of delaying or raining out. 14% chance of light rain. So I'm going to highlight Cole as a pitcher to watch. But when we jump into the line drive at 5 tomorrow, we can definitely shave that pitching rotation down to 4 or 5 guys max. 4 or 5 guys max. Next game we got is going to be my New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. We need to go over to DK to see what exactly the pitching for this game is going to be. We gotta be sure on that. We gotta be sure what the pitching is going to be on that. And I know I'm gonna like guys a pitcher that nobody's gonna like, but I'm gonna like him anyway. That's just I can't do it. I can't do anything about it. All right, here we go. Okay, so we got Drew Pomerantz, and I think somebody was telling me Pineda. I think it was going to be Pomerantz and Pineda. And y'all know what Pineda means to me. Pineda means pinata to me. I will not be playing him. I definitely think he's going to be a guy that some people are going to want to play just because of how cheap he's going to be. But I just do not like Pineda. He has been a pinata, and I'm not going to be playing him. I'm not. I'm just not going to play him. And you look on the other side, Drew Pomerantz against the Yankees, another death trap. I'm not playing any pitching in this spot. 9-run total. I think that is a lie. I think the total exceeds 9 here. I can get behind some of the bats here. No problem. Everyone on the Judge Kool-Aid. Whoa. Judge Kool-Aid? Wait a minute now. The Judge is a beast. Judge is a beast. Judge is a beast. Dude is nuts, man. Dude is nuts. Come on now. I can dig it. Now, will I be paying up that much? I think a guy like Aaron Judge at 5.5, is fadeable. I think he's very fadeable because I believe everybody's going to be playing him. So he's very fadeable. He's not a guy that I have to have in my lineup. He's not. You can go another direction at a similar price point, and if Judge goes out and just gets a hit and the other dude smash jacks, you can kill it. So I definitely dig that. But no pitching here, no pinata for me. Do not want to play Pomerantz in this spot against the Yankees. That's a no. Remember, this game does have a possibility of light rain. 26% is what is here. Dude. Yeah, Pomerantz is pitching tomorrow. Yeah, this is wrong. David Price, don't worry about that. It's Pomerantz, and then we've got Pinata, and Pineda is a pinata. So I can't play him. He's definitely a pinata. I can't do that. That's just something I won't do. I'm not going to play him. I can't do it. Next game we got is going to be the Washington Nationals and the Cincinnati Reds. This is in Great American Ballpark, which is a small park. Do not let the name fool you. We got Tim Adelman. Oh, my God. This guy is so cheap at 4.7. But against the Washington Nationals, man, it's tough. It's tough for me to play anybody, bro. It's tough for me to play anybody. Brian Scott Manning says Pomerantz has the lock button for him. I would be very interested to know exactly why you say that. Q-Dub just joined in, man. Yo, FanDuel, if you're looking for FanDuel expertise, man, the homie Q-Dub drops a really solid FanDuel chop-up article in the sweatshop every day, as does Lee the Nappy. He does the stream of consciousness with DraftKings and just overall pricing. And we got Samuel I Like the Drum, does some really great stuff in the shop too, man. Yo, come check these cats out. So we got Gio Gonzalez, 9.4. Gio made a believer out of me. The only thing about this one is I do not love the lefty-lefty matchups here. I don't love because Votto can smash on lefties. I would be more pressed to play some of the righties in the spot. And Gonzalez can get hit up, man. 9.4 is a nice price for him. He hasn't been destroyed in quite some time. And the price has been up to like 11.7 against St. Louis. So this is not like he's in a spot where he just cannot win. But I just think, man, 9.4 is a very tough price to pay for, against an offense like the Cincinnati Reds in a 10-run total in a very small ballpark. When I can just play the Nationals, who are going to be in a better spot, you know what I mean, in the same game, and just be fine. Alex says Gio is due for a huge regression in his opinion, and I've got to believe that. And if any team can do it, it would be the Reds. And if I thought that Gio would be like somewhat chalky and a prospect that a lot of people would go to, I would stack the shit out of the Reds just so I can capitalize on beating up the chalk. Because I'm telling you, the way we do this, man, in the sweatshop, it's not enough for us to say, man, this dude is a chalky pitcher. Everybody's gonna play him. I don't really love him. So I'm not gonna play him and turn our nose up. Like that's one thing, but that's not us. Like we don't just stop there. When we don't like a pitcher that everybody else likes, we go at him. We attack him. We might stack some shit against them because we really want to benefit from the chalk not coming through. Okay, so no Gio Gonzalez here, no Tim Adleman for me. Taking a look at the next game, you got the Toronto Blue Jays and the Detroit Tigers. If you remember earlier during the season, Votto 3 homers. 3 homers versus Gio. Now, if you remember, earlier during the season, man, Kansas City was a team that I always liked to attack. I had no issue attacking the Kansas City Royals. But since then, some roles have reversed, and now we are looking at the Toronto Blue Jays, man. This team has been putrid, man, for the better part of the season. Not a team that strikes out a ton. We're looking at a 23.3% K rate, 146 ISO. They do not hit for a ton of extra bases. Sub 300 WOBA for them at 295. Definitely an attackable offense with the pitcher. You got Justin Verlander, 8.4 at home. This park, I believe, is going to be favorable to the pitchers here. Let's take a look. Yes, okay. Yes, Comerica is close to a neutral park. It's a negative 99. You get 103 runs for every 100 runs around the league. 96 home runs for every 100 home runs hit around the league. So to me, this is a matchup for Verlander that I kind of like. I don't see Verlander being very highly owned. I don't think that people are going to just run out and play a lot of these cats. I think he could get supported in terms of run support, of course, with Aaron Sanchez at 7.2, and that dude facing a team that hits righties the best in the league. We're talking about the Detroit Tigers. They have the best team in the league against righties. So I definitely think he can be supported in terms of runs, and we can see Verlander have a solid one, man. 8.4 is not an insane price to pay for him. Negative 13 that time against Cleveland, 19 against Kansas City, 25 against Seattle, 17 against Tampa Bay. So I wouldn't have an issue playing Verlander in this spot. I kind of like him there. And Jonathan Adams agrees with me. Good. 2 million on that team with good BVP. Gotcha. So that's kind of what I'm liking here. No Aaron Sanchez for me. With this, because if you look at this, what I did see that we had some solid BVPs, Toronto against Verlander. And if I'm going to believe that, then I might as well play them. And I think this is what's going to make Verlander like sort of a swing pitcher on the slate. If you don't want to play Verlander, because if you like Verlander, what you're saying is Toronto is actually bad, and I'm going to exploit that. If you don't like Verlander, you're saying, yeah, Toronto might be bad, but they hit the shit out of Verlander. So if you don't play Verlander, you should have some Toronto ownership in your lineup, is what I'm saying. Like that's like a swing pitcher. That's like the pivot pitcher for me on the slate. So lineups that I don't have Verlander in, I will have some exposure to Toronto guys and vice versa. That's how I'm going to be doing that. Next game we got is the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Miami Marlins. We got Brandon McCarthy at 6.9, Dan Straley. Let me check on that just to be sure that is exactly who. Yo, I hate the fact that the Dodgers are playing so early, bro. Yo, when the Dodgers play late, oh yes, yo, Alex, yes, I'm getting to that. Yo, when the Dodgers play late, nobody plays them. But you got the Dodgers playing at 7 o'clock, man. That's gonna suck for those of us that like to get that low stack ownership when it comes to the Dodgers, man, and kind of overtake everybody at the end of the night, man. That's not going to happen because them playing early, people are going to be on them. You got Straley at 7.1, very solid pitching prospect here. Brandon McCarthy at 6.9, another very solid pitching prospect. Didn't see a great game from McCarthy last time. The last two starts, actually 8.7 against Kansas City, negative 0.85 against the Colorado Rockies. But before that, 21 against the Mets, 7 against Cleveland, 16 against Washington. You know, he was consistent as long as he was at that lower price point. And I just don't love him as a righty going against the Miami Marlins at the crib. Coming off all of the hype and the hoopla of the All-Star game, you're going to want to see these guys play well and swing a hot bat. So I think, you know, some Miami guys are guys that I can take a look at. Dan Straley at 7.1. I do not love to play righties against the Dodgers here, so I am going to have some Dodger exposure. There's only an 8.5 run total, but you've got a pretty. I mean, it's not an overwhelming favorite. The Dodgers, they are at 4.9 runs to 4.1 runs. So not in love with the pitching at all. Either spot, not in love with the pitching. This game is going to be the Colorado Rockies and the New York Mets. This game does have a possibility of delaying or raining out, and if it does, it will suck because people are going to be very high. People are going to be very high on DeGrom, as they should be, man. DeGrom has been pitching lights out as of late. 11.8 is still a very good price on him. That 16.95, yo, that was with him getting knocked around. Like, that 16.95 was a bad game for him, and he still scored that much, you know? And then you got Philadelphia, 39, 31, 31, 31 in the last 5 starts. So pretty decent starts for DeGrom here. The one issue I do have is, well, not issue, but one thing I do know is that away from Coarse Field, we see very bad performances from the Colorado Rockies. So I say that to say that I definitely think outside of Coarse, we can take advantage of some Jake DeGrom here. I'm not going to be, 100% all over DeGrom everywhere. I'm not going to be there, but I do know I'm going to have some exposure here. Now, the game does have a 39% chance of moderate rain, so the game could rain out. There's a possibility. You got John Gray on the other side at 7.9, and something I want you to remember, okay? The Mets hit much better on the road. They're not as good as home as they are on the road, and John Gray is a very capable pitcher. Now, sometimes you may look at this and say, man, I'm playing DeGrom. Well, if DeGrom does what he's supposed to do, if DeGrom shuts down this offense, then for some reason, man, cats, the aces like this do not get that run support, right? So if you find yourself wanting exposure to this game, to this 8-run total, and you don't want to play, you can't get up to DeGrom, think about playing John Gray at 7.9. He's very decent pitcher. 17-28 his last 2 starts against Cincinnati and Arizona, both high-power offense. He was in Arizona and dropped 28.7, and at home, of course, against Cincinnati, and at 17.35. It's definitely doable, in my opinion. Jacob DeGrom, 11.8, very solid pitching prospect. I will not go ham with him, but I will give him some play. Next game we got is going to be the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Atlanta Braves. R.A. Dickey at 6.6, we got Taijuan Walker. Dickey has been dicking him down lately. I'm telling you. Yo, look at Dickey now. Look at this. Look at Dickey. 24, 14, 26, 28, 1.85 against Washington. You expect that. If I showed you all of these games, and who's probably gonna get the best of Dickey, and you would pick Washington. You would. 31 against Philadelphia. Yo, the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 starts, bro. Dickey has been getting to it. He really has been. He has been. And then we get the Diamondbacks away from Chase. That's another plus. 6.6. He's been pretty good lately. He's been taking them down lately. Then we've got Taijuan Walker at 6.5, 3.85, 24.35, 1.6. Those of you who know me, you already know who I'm stacking tomorrow. You already know. This one team, if you know me, you know I'm going to be stacking one. Jeremy Ladd. You know what time it is. You know, Jeremy Ladd, you know what time it is. You know where I'm going. I'm going to save it for the line drive at 5, but you already have a great idea where I'm going. You already know, because you know me, right? So here, we're at SunTrust, man. We're at the big homie. We're at okay, yeah. We at Freddie Freeman Field here in SunTrust Ballpark, and we've got Taijuan Walker, R.A. Dickey, Freddie Freeman, the rest of the Braves. You got this is gonna be a good one. 9.5 run total. I'm good. I like this game. This is one of my favorite games on the slate. I will have plenty exposure here. Okay, and I do think Dickey is a guy that I can look at in a 9.5 run total. I can take a look there. Next game we got is going to be the Seattle Mariners and the Chicago White Sox. James Paxton, yes, give me some James Paxton. Okay, nobody wanted to play him last time out, based off of that bad start that he had when he had the negative 3.75, and he only had 15 against Detroit. And over the last 3 starts, he's been fairly decent. Took a step back against the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, 19.85. That was still good. 30 against Oakland, going against Chicago White Sox. Edwin Neves, our resident White Sox enthusiast, what say you about James Paxton against your Chicago White Sox tomorrow? James Shields, automatic Shelly candidate. The one thing that we can look at in this spot is you're going to see a lot of righty-lefty power, righty power going against James Paxton here as a lefty at 9.9. But I'm not afraid of it at all. John Adams has given some Shields. Ooh, that's bold. That is bold. That is bold. I can't play Shields. 6.1, very cheap. 9.5 run total. The dude has not scored 20 DraftKings points all year long. I can't do it. He gonna get hit up, bro. He gonna get hit up. Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. I'm like some of the usual suspects are you guys like Robinson Cano, who has like an impeccable BVP against James Shields. You got Nelson Cruz, who's one of the best righty guys in the league here. But I like Paxton, man. I'm gonna put Paxton down. I like him. I definitely do. So we got Dickey. Do I have I've got let me pencil in DeGrom as well. So no Shields. Yes, to some Paxton. I think that's all good. Right? Okay. Now, next game we got on the slate is going to be the Minnesota Twins and the Houston Astros. Yo, Jose Berrios at 7.3 went out, and I think he disappointed a lot of us last time. 14.7 against Baltimore, where everybody usually has their very best game of the year. Like, everybody goes ham on Baltimore, and he just didn't do that, man. 14.7 points there, 4.65 against Kansas City, 14 against Boston. The last game he had that was really good was against Chicago White Sox, and before that, the Seattle Mariners. So I'm not rolling him out against Houston, bro. I'm not doing that. Yo, look at this shit, man. Look at this shit. Let's just look at where the Houston Astros are. They're last in K rate. They're 15.3% K rate. 265 ISO. Are you scared yet? You're not scared yet? Okay. 424 WOBA. I'm scared. I'm not playing Berrios, man. I'm not doing that. And I was listening to some shit earlier where guys are like, yeah, Berrios is a contrarian, but I'm not. Fuck, I'm not. That's a suicide play. I'm not playing. Yeah, Houston is on fire, bro. Houston is on fire. There's no way I can play Berrios in this spot. Charlie Morton, 6.9. I think he does get a nod for me, just because I think he's going to be in position to not only win the game, but to pitch well against the Minnesota Twins here. This is a team that, while the Twins don't strike out a ton, they're middle of the pack, 22.5%. The ISO is horrible. 115 ISO with a 302 WOBA. They're not hitting for a ton of extra bases. Plus, yes, the Twins bullpen is bad. So this squarely puts Charlie Morton in play for us. 6.9. Extremely good value here. I've got no issue rocking out some Houston as well as Charlie Morton. Next game we got is going to be the Philadelphia Phillies and the Milwaukee Brewers. One of my favorite contrarian plays of the slate, I think, is going to be Nick Pivetta. Nobody wants to play Nick Pivetta here. Nobody wants to play the Philadelphia Phillies in this spot. You've got the Milwaukee Brewers, a team that can mash, especially lefty-righty. You got Thames and Sogard, blah, blah, blah. You got all of these cats that are righty mashers. You've got a lot of that. Travis Shaw, all of that. Nobody's going to want to play Nick Pivetta, and I think he deserves consideration for me at 8.4. I think I can run him out there. Zach Davies at 7.8 is a guy that I am interested in at 9.5. Yeah, I like Pivetta and I like Davies, because the game is going to go one or two ways. The game is going to go one or two ways. Remember, I'm making 10 lines. Either Pivetta is gonna like shut them down surprisingly and take everybody's money that plays Milwaukee, or Philly is gonna hit up Davey. I sound like a robot. Is the sound okay? Is the sound okay? Pitches against Milwaukee were volatile as heck. Yes, yeah, that's true. Especially in Miller Park. Especially in Miller Park. And Davies has been decent lately. 7.8, 15, 15, 16 in his last 3 starts against Atlanta, Miami, and Chicago. That's not bad. Pavetta, Pavetta 22, 24. That was against the Mets and against San Diego. Had a good game against Boston, a good game against St. Louis. So this is a guy. Are we here now? Are we better now on the sound? This is a guy that does have upside, man. He really does. Now, I love that when the price was at 4.5 and he put the 30 up against Boston. I love that. You know, that was great. But you're paying up a little bit for him if you want to play him. Okay? All right, so I think we can look at Zach Davies here and maybe some Nick Pavetta. I'm not going to highlight him, but I think Zach Davies is the guy that we can take a look at. Okay, the next game we got is going to be the Texas Rangers and the Kansas City Royals. Let's go to DK to make sure these are the correct pitchers that we have here. Yeah, all we got so far is Martin Perez on DK. Yeah, all we have is Martin Perez here on DK. I'm not sure exactly who the other guy is going to be. Let's look. We're going to go. So I want to see who's going to be a pitcher in that game. Who do we have? To be determined. so you don't know exactly who's going to be pitching for him. I'm not playing Perez. No, I'm not playing Perez. And I automatically like the lefty power. You know what I'm saying? Yo, the Royal stack is Hamill. Ooh. Yo, the Royal stack is something that people have been overlooking, bro. Nobody likes to play the Royals as a stack, and I always have at least one line with them in there. I like the Royals as a stack. 9.5 run total, 1% chance of light rain here. We are in Kauffman Stadium. I like Kansas City. Most notably, like cats like Moustakas, Lorenzo Cain. I like those cats, man. They're always decent to play. But we need to find out exactly who's pitching in terms of what DraftKings says. Okay, this game we got is going to be the Cleveland Indians and the Oakland Athletics. Carlos Carrasco 12.1, Sonny Gray 8.3. Sonny Gray like automatically jumps out to me in this spot at 8.3. Another contrarian guy who nobody's going to want to play against the Indians. We look at what Cleveland has been doing lately. They are further toward the bottom in K rate. The team just doesn't strike out. 16.9%, 183 ISO, 358 WOBA. So all of the stats tell you do not run up on them. It says do not play Cleveland back. Do not play Sonny Gray in this spot. Carlos Carrasco 12.1. I don't like Carrasco. I don't think he's ready to be like that elite ace pitcher day in and day out. I don't think I can just roster him with complete confidence at all times. He's a guy that does have not only command but control issues. You've got to catch him in a really good spot against a team that strikes out a ton in order for him to really make value for you. And look at what we have here, baby. The Athletics, second in the league in K rate behind the Padres, 29.1% K rate. 165 ISO, below 300 WOBA. Now, this 165 ISO should give you a small cause for concern. But, man, you look at the K rate and the sub 300 WOBA and the stuff that Carrasco has and his ability to get guys out. I definitely think he. No. I don't like Oakland. I don't like Oakland. But this is the matchup you want. Like, this is the matchup you want. You want Carrasco against a team A young team that strikes out a ton. It does suck that they're kind of at home and they do hit better at home. But yeah, he got some nasty stuff, man. And I think he's definitely in play at 12.1. I don't love to pay up for pitching, but in this situation, I can see having a couple shares of Carlos Carrasco here. Sonny Gray, not so much. I think we can definitely attack Sonny Gray with some of the Cleveland Indians bats. We looked at where they were. I mean, this team just doesn't strike out, man. 16.9%. We know what that is. 358 WOBA. I love Carrasco as a pivot off of Chalky DeGrom. I definitely understand that. That makes perfect sense to me. Perfect sense. Next game we got is going to be the Tampa Bay Rays and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Let's go look on DraftKings to see if they've got the... Oh, yeah, okay, we got Jake Ferrier, Ricky Nolasco. You know what I'm going to tell you, baby. Tampa. I like Tampa here. Nolasco's a bum. I don't care what nobody says. He had a decent game or two, a couple games. He's a bum. Nolasco's a bum. He's going to get hit. He's going to get hit hard. And the lefty's going to mash on him. Give me some of that. I'm all good. I've got no issue. I've got no issue there. The only thing is, I don't want to play pitching. I don't want to play Faria against the Angels. They're a team that just does not strike out enough, man. We look at where they are. The Angels. Where you at, baby? Yes. Middle of the pack. 21.4% K rate. The ISO is so down. 107. 259 is going to be a WOBA. But the thing is, you're going to get Mike Trout should be back tomorrow. Mike Trout should be back tomorrow. And I just don't want to play Faria. I just don't want to play him. I don't think it's, 8.2, nah, there's other guys in that range that I think I can play and not have to worry about it. So I won't be going pitching in this game at all. No Faria for me. Of course, no Nolasco. I will be attacking him. I think it's 8.5 run total is a farce. The game could definitely reach above 10 or 11. So yeah, I don't like pitching against Trout. And first game back, he's gonna hit a jack. First game back, everybody's gonna be playing Judge and Bellinger and all these cats, and Trout's gonna hit a jack and then rob somebody for a home run over the wall. You already know that's gonna happen. So last game on the slate. And my favorite pitching prospect on the slate comes from this game, baby. Give me some Johnny Cueto 8.9. I don't care what nobody says. I love Cueto. Johnny Cueto is my favorite pitching prospect on the slate. I'm gonna have more Cueto than anybody else. Yeah, Feria is playing. It's Feria and Nolasco. I'm going to have more Cueto than any of my other pitchers. And I love this. I'm not getting cute. Why would you get cute? San Diego Padres suck, okay? They're the worst offense in the league. Why would you get cute? Let's take a look. First in the league in K rate, 30.2%. Yo, that is nuts. That is insane. This team strikes out 30.2% of the time. 127 ISO, 284 WOBA. I ain't getting cute. I'm not getting cute. I'm gonna play the stats, baby. The stats for a reason. Give me some Johnny Cueto 8.9, and I love the fact that he hasn't been very great lately. I love the negative 2.3 against Miami, that 8.05 against Pittsburgh. The 14, the 16, the 4. I love that because nobody's gonna want to play him, bro. Nobody wants to play him. Give me some of that Johnny Cueto, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm not even gonna stop there. I'm not even gonna stop there because not only is Johnny Cueto is a guy that's playable. I think Clayton Richard is too. I really do. I think Clayton Richard is too. Because I believe what they do, I think they are limited by left-handed pitching. The San Francisco Giants, that is. They've been limited by left-handed pitching. Let's take a look at what the Giants have been doing so far. We've got a team that doesn't strike out a ton, man. 23rd in the league in K rate, 19.5%, 142 ISO, 300 WOBA. Yeah, and see, at 8.9, let me say this, okay. I'm gonna be real with you. Strikeouts are great. We would all agree. Everybody loves strikeouts. Strikeouts are dope. We all love strikeouts, right? But let's be real about it. Everybody can't throw them, baby. Everybody can't throw them. But the one thing Johnny Cueto does is he has the ability to pitch deeply into games. He's a dude that can give you 7, 8 innings easy. If he does that and he gives me 5 or 6 strikeouts, doesn't get blown up against the worst, and if you say he doesn't get strikeouts, well, San Diego Padres strike out more than anybody else in the league. If there's any team he should be able to get strikeouts against, it should be the Padres. Is my thinking. And at 8.9, man, I gotta go with it. I gotta go with it. I will. Johnny Cueto is one of my favorite pitching prospects on the slate. I love where the price can meet the value and what he can do to the San Diego Padres here. And park factors will tell us exactly the type of park that we're in here. It's in San Diego, baby. And this is Petco Extreme Pitchers Park, okay? This means that for every 86 runs, regular base knock run, you're gonna get every 100 home runs around the league, you're gonna get 86 runs here. Okay? For every 100 jacks hit in all the parks around the league, you're only gonna get 86 from here, from Petco Park. And I just don't think people are gonna want to play him. I like him. I like him a lot. If he gets you 18, is it worth it? I mean, okay. So, okay. No, I don't want 18. I want 18. I need a little more than that. I think, for me, I personally got him projected over 20. He got to at least get me 20. At least. I need at least 20, at the very least. But I can see him having a 25, 27-point game, DraftKings game against the San Diego Padres, man. I mean, we've seen some of the worst pitchers shake him down, right? He'll be 20% on. I don't believe that. I don't think he'll be 20% on. I don't. If he's the highest owned pitcher on the slate is going to be 20% on, and I don't think it's going to be Johnny Cueto. I don't. I do not think it's going to be Johnny Cueto. I think guys like I think DeGrom, Carrasco. We in the second half of the season, bro. You know what I'm saying? We ain't playing with the scrubs. Like if you're still playing now, you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? If you're still playing now, he won't be 20% on. Number one, the game is too late, and people want to see their money early. People want to win tournaments at 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So nobody's gonna wait for Johnny Cueto to win a tournament. You know what I mean? We're gonna see those. We're gonna see a lot of those early guys. And in my estimation, and yes, he'll be top 3 owned. I don't know. I'm gonna take a look at pitching, and I'm gonna give you my okay. I know Paxton. No. Everybody's gonna be on Paxton. Everybody's gonna be on DeGrom. I think Carrasco's not gonna be as highly owned as he could be. I think Garrett Cole is gonna see high ownership than I think Garrett Cole's gonna see higher ownership than Cueto in this spot. And that's it. Yeah. I definitely think those guys will be more high owned than Cueto. Hey, Roto guys, they gonna tell you not to play him. Oh, don't play him. He's shit. He's horrible. Don't play him. I think he has a blister on his thumb. They're gonna come up with all type of shit. Do not play Johnny Cueto. This is where the Padres go out and they mash, and then he's gonna throw a fucking complete game. A 2-run complete game with like 6 Ks and score 40-something points. Yeah, he's gonna be like, he's gonna be like the gas cannon tonight. On the gas cannon tonight. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. And these are the guys that I've got in my initial joint. I'm gonna be trimming this down to 4 guys because as you know, I've got my little areas that we're gonna get into in the first class. So we've got Carrasco. I'm considering DeGrom. I'm considering Paxton, Cueto, Garrett Cole. I'm considering Justin Verlander and Zach Davies, Charlie Morton, R.A. Dickey. Those are the guys that I'm considering right now. And I will trim that down to 4. I will trim that down to 4 going into tomorrow's line drive at 5. So, of course, this leak, I don't like leak. I can't do it. I'm gonna tell you, this is why I'm not on leak, okay? Pittsburgh has been playing pretty good lately. Pittsburgh been lighting it up. Pittsburgh scared me. Pittsburgh scared me when because they just played and they put like 14 runs. Yeah, Pittsburgh scared me. really scares me, man. Just look at the Pirates here. Their team doesn't strike out a lot. 26th in the league in K rate, 18.6%, 162 ISO, 301 WOBA. Leak doesn't K anyone, and Pittsburgh doesn't strike out. That's my only issue with him, man. Is they, especially when they got Garrett Cole on the mound, man. They can, they'll be tough. They'd be tough. They'd be tough. But if you like him playing, that's real. So this, of course, has been your DFS Jerusalem. You can follow me, of course, on Twitter. Yo, shout out to the homie Jay Fraze, man. Yo, Jay Fraze always knows how to get us going, right? So he says, Maurice C. Simmons tomorrow in the line drive, getting us ready to fuck up MLB. Let's get to it. Yo, join us, man. This dude called me the Wolf of Wall Street. What better compliment is that to the home for me than to compare me to the great Wolf of Wall Street? That's what I want to do. Let's go get some of that sharp money, man. This has been your DFS Jerusalem. You can follow me, of course, on Twitter at DFS Jerusalem. Yo, participate in the Twitter poll. I'm going to put that out in just a moment, man. We are going to be rocking. So get with us in the line drive. It's going to be at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, if you want to get in there, you go to the website www.dfssweatshop.com. I will pull back the velvet rope, allow you to the very best Facebook group online, and you can run with the Sharks and do what we do, and we get it in. So, peace, man. Much love to y'all. DFS Jerusalem, I am out. If you're on DraftKings,